conditions for the yeast to thrive. So the yeast is the leavening agent, but the bacteria is what make the sourdough flavor unique. So what about commercial yeast? Well, commercial yeast, those packets you buy at the store, is a single uniform strand of this Saccharomyces cerevisiae. It's designed to be reliable, fast and consistent. You add it to dough, it eats sugars, produces carbon dioxide, and you get bread, usually in a matter of hours. Yep, that is the same yeast found in the sourdough starter. Well, people argue that using commercial yeast in sourdough is cheating. It's actually just supporting. The main difference being that wild yeast collected from your sourdough starter has additional types of yeast that are unique to its environment. That adds to the unique flavor profile of your sourdough. So why does using commercial yeast in sourdough bread have such a bad reputation? The difference is time and complexity. With commercial yeast, fermentation happens quickly, so there's less time for starches and gluten to break down. And when I say the rise, the quick rise. With sourdough, fermentation is slow. That slow process pre-digests the flour, making it easier to digest the bread to the consumer. This also lowers the glycemic index, reducing gluten and phytic acid and improving nutrient absorption. So while commercial yeast is great for quick bakes, sourdough starter, because it naturally takes more time to rise the dough, will give you that forced time towards fermentation that develops that complex flavor and gut health benefits. So now this is the question I get all of the time. Can you add commercial yeast to sourdough dough? And the answer is yes. You can combine a small amount of commercial yeast with your sourdough starter to speed up the rise of your dough without losing flavor or health benefits of the sourdough process. Because the health benefits of sourdough don't come from the yeast alone or the bacteria. They come from the fermentation over time. Even with a little commercial yeast, your starter's wild yeast and the ongoing fermentation process still produce acids, pre-digest starches and gluten, and create that tangy flavor that makes sourdough unique. Many bakers think that if they use yeast, they are not making real sourdough, but that's not true. The key is the fermentation process, letting the dough rise slowly, letting the yeast and the bacteria do their work over hours or days is what makes a real sourdough bread. You can get faster rises with a hybrid method and still have a bread that tastes like sourdough and gives your body the benefits of the long fermentation. I use the hybrid method to create some predictability in my baking schedule. It saves time